It was 2022. I'd never played Call of Duty before. My brother-in-law told me about this new game mode that sounded amazing, so I bought Modern Warfare 2 to play with him. I remember the first time I heard this intro. It filled me with adrenaline and suspense. Even now it brings back the excitement of the DMZ. So my Call of Duty story started here. And like many of you, I'm sure, it did start poorly. It began with no concept at all of the franchise. I didn't know about Call of Duty, I didn't know about movement, Warzone, zombies, even multiplayer. All I knew was DMZ. When you first loaded into the map and the enormity of it hit you like a runaway train, which they did have one of those too, by the way, you couldn't help but be in awe of it all. With everything I know now, I see it was a much slower paced game than what the Call of Duty community were used to, but it had to be able to be what it was, and that was an amazing extraction shooter. I remember when I first played having to ensure that my sensitivity was something ridiculous like 5.5 because I just couldn't work out on my controllers how to move or pick things up. My brother-in-law at the time told me that I should be using something like 10.10. He said it was much easier to be going too fast and learning how to be gentle than to try and build up. Whether he was right or wrong on that, I genuinely don't know, but I do know that today I pay on the equivalent of 11.11, so I got there in the end. That UAV sound, how it used to put fear in me when I didn't have stealth vest. I know right at the beginning of the game, all the specialist vests weren't available, but when they did become a thing, and you heard that sound, and you knew there was a UAV, and you didn't have a stealth vest, the fear of God set in. What's funny is I know I don't have much recordings of me playing DMZ back then because I wasn't really into doing that, but it does seem like all of my weapons had some kind of thermal scope on. I don't know why, but it seemed to be the thing in DMZ. I also think that the thermal scopes back then in Modern Warfare 2 were genuinely better. I don't get on with the greeny hue that is currently in Black Ops 6. Now I will say one thing I do miss that's controversial. Look at that. One shot throwing knives. Oh my lord, how I miss them. How lucky is that, an encrypted hard drive? Do you realise how excited I would have been at the time? I'm running around in a one plate for goodness sakes. All I would have been thinking about was, how can I get a 3-plate vest? How can I get a good 3-plate vest? How can I get it quickly? And hopefully before I get killed. Now the good thing about this game was that you were able to revive people. And let's be honest, when I first started out and I was not good with my aim or shooting or killing people or throwing knifing people, my main objective was to save as many people as possible. I absolutely loved the concept of being able to find people who had been left for dead on the map, and you could save them and help them extract with what they needed, or at least with their guns.
Be careful, one of them is cheating, definitely.
That's not a shout out you really want to hear.
Okay, thank you.
I have to say that I've always been ridiculously surprised with how many cheaters are in Call of Duty as a whole, and that they never really get dealt with properly, and they are allowed to be rampant throughout the game. Those of you that played this game understand that big pause, the loot goblin within, the weighing up, the calculating, and ultimately the gambling. I already have an encrypted hard drive. What do I think I'm actually going to be able to make? Am I going to find all the other elements to make a comms vest? Or is it best off to take the encrypted USB and make a stealth vest? These were serious gambles that could change the entire course of your whole game. As you can see here, I took the gamble and I've decided to go for a comms vest. I'm now speeding up this gameplay because it's pure loot goblin heaven, and look what we find here. Exactly what we need. We only need batteries now. We're so close. We see an enemy, we try for a snipe, but obviously I'm still new at this and I am not very good. I miss. I hit the first, I don't get a headshot, even though I've got explosive rounds which could have been a one-shot wonder, but I miss the second. They get away. What's funny is watching back at this, knowing what I know now, pushing with pretty much no plates. I've only got a 2-plate vest. I've already been told that one of them's probably a cheater. And this is the ultimate newbie move. Look at this. If any of you watch a YouTuber called Lucci, he quite often takes the mick out of newbies and shows this exact style. Someone creeping around, looking through their scope with their laser out, clearly telling the world where they are and where they're looking. But back then, I thought this was how you played. I thought I was being sneaky. And obviously, I got obliterated. Ah, the police system. How I did love it. Essentially, every time I died, I would spend quite a lot of time rotating a camera angle on my dead body. And for some weird reason, I kind of enjoyed it. I liked being able to look around the map whilst dead, waiting to see if anyone wanted to be my hero. That's probably why I liked reviving people so much, because ultimately I was aware that for most of my teammates, I was just going to be giving them a sore back from having to carry me around. Oh, look at this. Finally, I've got my 3-plate comms. I'm elated. I've also got a 2-plate for our teammate that we've just picked up. This is great. At this precise point in time, I'm going to feel ecstatic. Now we come to Building 21. Now, this was a place where people played two very different styles. One was they spent hours trying to get operators completely looted up, made sure they had 3 plates, made sure they had their shotguns ready to go in to try and win. And other people went in with literally nothing. They felt it was much better to do 0 to hero with just throwing knives. This is what normally happened to me. As you can see, my game sense is not alerted in any way, shape or form. When Modern Warfare 3 came out, it was my first taste of Warzone, and really I'd started to learn a couple of tricks. I'd watched a lot of streamers and decided how to learn to be good at the game. I learnt some things like this. You didn't always have to have all your plates to win a gunfight. You just had to be confident enough to give it a go. I remember when I took this footage and how excited I was. I decided I really did want to get good at the game, and what you got told by lots of different people is the reason you're not doing well is you're so scared to engage in a fight that you're just holding out until near endgame, and then you have to kill your first person and you're not going to do very well with that because you haven't even shot at anyone pretty much all game. So I was told the best thing you can do is go into Resurgence quads as a solo and just attack, attack, attack. You just had to get over the fear of being shot at and shooting people and dying. You had to just attack it. You had to just give it a go. So this is some of the footage, probably about 18 months ago now, of me just literally doing that. Trying to give it a go, quad solo, and every time I made a mistake thinking, well, what did I do wrong there? How can I get better? So obviously in that clip then, I didn't have a reloaded gun, but I did have a second gun. I should have already had it out. I decided I want to go straight back into the mix. Let's give it a go. I obviously missed the window. This proves where my level was still at the time. But I genuinely believe if you do want to get better at Call of Duty, you have to throw yourself in the deep end. You have to get over the fear of fighting. Now, I didn't say I got good overnight from this strategy, nor did I say that I actually think I'm any good right now. I'm not a sweat by any means, but I've definitely improved by putting myself in situations where I've had to work out how to survive. I mean, look, back then, he's come back from a Resurgence redeploy with a pistol and won. To be fair, I'd like to say, right now, today, that probably wouldn't happen, so I've definitely improved. I'm also aware of, that's right, loadout campers, which I wasn't really aware of back then. But 11th place solo quads wasn't the worst feeling in the world. Now, I have to be honest, I entirely remember this game. This particular match has a very special place in my heart. So, how I wanted to improve and test myself was every game that I played solo quads and lost ultimately, I would remember that position. Like in the match before, you saw I was in 11th place, and my goal in the next attempt was to be in one position better, so 10th place. This was the round I had got to where I wanted to become top 5. Now you have to remember, this is way before casuals was around. Every single person I was playing was a real player. It was an epic match to me personally. It was what made me realise all this hard work was really paying off. Taking a breath, reloading, recalculating. I just killed more than one person on the trot. The adrenaline. It was fantastic, feeling like I'd started to work things out, remembering I could throw stuff like that bomb trap or tacticals. Things were starting to come together. I was able to make much smarter decisions much more quickly. Being able to get stims out of those medical boxes was one of my favourite things to do. I must admit, I was really upset when we got rid of them. Does anybody know why they did that? So remembering, some basics, rotation, getting high ground, trying to, keep your aim on point. These were things that were constantly running around in my head. Don't be on low ground, always try and be on high ground. There was lots of things that I had learnt from lots of other streamers that really had helped me to get so much better at the game. The biggest thing? Listening. It's not only good in relationships, it's imperative in Call of Duty. Hearing that people are sneaking up on you, hearing about what's happening around you. This thing that people talk about, game sense, it's really important. For example, that UAV, it gave me a red dot on the map which made me look over in that direction. Information, always picking up kill streaks even if they're not your favourite, and thinking about later how you can use it to your advantage. Pushing people out of their comfort zone, getting them to have to leave their rotation or their high ground. As I was saying about listening, that down was really needed. But I'm so aware that there is someone right above me. I heard it, they have no idea I'm there, so I'm going to have the element of surprise. Bam! When I get my kill. I was running along the edge, and now the gas is coming in. I pick up the redeploy just in case for later. Now this is where two things are important. One, map knowledge. I know that I can get up onto the roof via this way. And two, stims. Without them, I would not survive most of the endgame battles that I personally play. I'm quiet. I know that there's someone left. I'm just not sure where they are. I'm trying to keep my head near cover so I can dip. I see them. I get a good few shots, but it's just not enough. My aim still isn't that good. It's still early days though. It will improve. I'd give him a little tickle. I hear, listening, footsteps, so important. I'm aware he's run underneath. My heart is pounding. This was a solo quads. I've been all alone. And I get the win. You have no idea just how elated I was during that game. It made me think, maybe I can do ranked. This was my very first ranked match where I got a win. A win in ranked was on a whole nother level to a win in Battle Royale and Resurgence. I had already done okay by this point, as you can see by the platinum camo I'm already running on my gun. But even though I got all the way to platinum, I still had actually never won a ranked match. And this game changed everything. The biggest thing I can comment about within this game is the confidence. people always say when you listen to streamers, oh, you need to get confidence. And I never really understood what that meant, because anybody can confidently run into someone and die. I understood confidence when I realised it was about having confidence in your own ability to make the right decision, not just to hit your shots, to work out when you're at a T-junction, should you go left or should you go right? Like there, throwing my lethals out, making sure that no one can just approach through the doors, essentially using them like Molotovs to block off the entries. I hear someone to my left. I still reload to make sure that I've got some more lethals. I mean, that guy really knew how to move, but I kept my cool and kept my eye on the prize, and I won the battle. Again, throwing lethals. Found him in the corner, dead. At this point, my heart is pounding. You genuinely get a real adrenaline rush when you're this close to the end game. My teammates are dead. It is just me. If I can do this, I'll bring home the win for everyone. I am so excited, nervous, but also surprisingly calm. I see another person. I get the kill. One more down. I'm slowly starting to scrounge around. Are there things here that can help me? I see another person. Dead. I take their position because of this damn cluster strike that's trying to blow me up. Apart from the cluster, I'm actually not in a terrible position, but I don't have high ground, and everyone always talks about having high ground, which everybody else in this match has. They're all up there. No one's behind me. I don't have to worry about that. I just need to deal with everyone in front. I get another kill. I'm starting to realise how close I am to the end of this game and winning it all for the team. My teammates are trying to say things and I'm just wanting to focus and listen. I see them up at the top. I'm calculating. I'm seeing how many players are left. One less, someone else has killed someone. Get him. I start to throw some lethals out, cause some more disarray. I get one more kill, and I get the final kill. I did it! I did it! I won a Warzone Ranked match. Nothing beats that feeling. Now this game is literally not even a week ago. Just playing with some teammates. Excuse the language. My teammate thought I was doing a camo challenge. That isn't what I was doing.
Oh yeah, okay.
And now they're realising I'm deliberately not saying anything on comms because I'm wanting to be just a wee bit sneaky. I get a whole load of downs. I'm thinking, right, I now need to play for position.
Yeah, fucking, you're so fucking good.
My teammates, not there yet, guys. Are really quite amusing.
In the game.
I hear parachutes. Oh no, they brought back. It's 4v1. They're all in one team. One down. One already died. Two left. They both pop up together. I get the down. I miss my knife. Complete.
Wow.
Yes!
What the fuck? How has he done that?
That's fucking awesome.
What?
I'm glad I was recording that one.
Yeah. Took like four people.
Oh.
Just like 10 seconds. 4 people just like. Yeah, fucked you.
Wow.
I fucked you.
Yay! Sense of achievement. That's another win with only 3 of us. That's pretty cool. So to complete, it did take me a couple of years to get here. I do miss DMZ. I'm elated that it's coming back in 2026, and I genuinely have all of my fingers and toes crossed that they aren't going to ruin it with DMZ 2.0. I want them to keep the nostalgia there. I want them to keep the PvP and PvE. I want them to keep the missions. And if they do, I will be probably spending all of my time on DMZ when it's out. But until then, enjoy getting better, enjoy competing, use casuals as a way to practice your aim but not your gameplay, get into real matches and improve. And remember, it's definitely about the journey, not the destination. I'm not there yet, I'm still improving, and I'm looking forward to getting better with every day. I hope you liked this video. If you did, drop a like and possibly subscribe to my channel. I'd appreciate it. Alright, take care. Bye!